Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. So I'm getting started on the solar racking stuff. I've got the first reinforcement piece in place. What I've done is I ran a 2x4, the flat way here, you can see, with some carriage bolts coming up through there to hold it onto the unistrut. And then I've got another 2x laying the other direction to give it a little more strength, and just got a leg screw going into that so it'll keep it from lifting up. And then on the end here, going into this turquoise board, I've got one of these strong tie joist hangers. It's the ones that let you toenail the screw across. I used a screw in that one just because I thought it'd be easier than trying to mess with a nail, but I did use the screws that are meant for these hangers, and then I just nailed them in for the other four into our stringer thing, whatever would I call that turquoise deal. So it's substantially stronger, of course, than what it was without all this wood added to it. I wish I had done this, just actually looking at it, if I had just moved this unistrut down about 2 inches, I could have just ran a 2x4 directly underneath the unistrut, and then that probably would have given me about the same strength as all this other stuff. The problem was where I had the top one at, if I try to put a 2x here, it ends up hitting the bolt, or yeah, the other side's even worse. So if I just moved it down a couple 3 inches, I probably could have just ran 2x's under here, but whatever. The other one's already up, and this looks more impressive, right? More engineering. I don't know. So we were sitting around in the RV. There was like no wind, and all of a sudden, up out of nowhere, wind blew. And well, first of all, it smashed open our freaking door on the trailer, but it didn't hurt it, the one on the 18-foot. But this cabinet, which weighs a couple 100 pounds, and that cabinet both got knocked over by the wind. It's insane. Alright guys, so it's the end of Tuesday here. We've got all the reinforcements under our original panels done here. Well, mostly done. We still have the one bar to go across on the lower part, but this is the important one, because then when the winds come from the north, they can push on that top and they're not going to rip the panels loose, you know. And then this side, we've got 2 of them halfway done and 2 of them all the way done, so we're going to go mount like 5 of the panels right now. Guys, so we are just about done with all the reinforcements on that back rack. Lisa's just finishing putting in the nails into the hurricane straps that hold this stuff just in case we get some strong winds. Not like we ever get strong winds here, but 100 miles an hour or so. So we're going to get 7 panels up today, including the 6 from the IBC totes here. This has worked out well. I mean, it's relatively ghetto, but it works. Redneck, it's redneck. I can say that because I've got a red neck. But anyway, this has worked out really well. I mean, even on those strong winds and whatever, this stuff held up great. And so anyway, we're gonna get these 4, and then we have 1 more in the trailer. We're gonna get those all mounted today, and then the one that we have on our RV, we're gonna leave there until we get the RV moved around, and I need to order a small transformer, like a 100 watt or so 12-volt transformer to charge the batteries on the RV from the main system, because maybe I'll use a DC-DC converter. We'll see, something. I'm not sure how I'll do this yet, but the batteries on the RV are 12 volt and our other system's 48 volts, so I can't just like bridge them together easily. Plus you wouldn't want to do that anyhow. So I probably will, or maybe I'll just buy another solar panel and mount it on top of the RV and just leave the system the way it is. So, because our plan, of course, is to eventually get our other buildings built, so we'll have a little sleeping room and our kitchen, dining room, living room, greenhouse building, and at that time we'll probably sell the RV. I'm hoping later this year, even maybe first part of next year. And there we go, project complete. See how nice and even those are mounted? Well, I was going to transfer some water from this row of tanks that used to be our solar panel mounts, our IBC tank panel rack, over to that tank over there so we could use it with our pressure washer off over that direction. And went to hook up my nice little Harbor Freight pump, and it's not working. So it's burned through its second impeller thing in probably about 1,200 gallons total, maybe 1,500. So not real impressed with that thing. I mean, I've been careful not to let it run dry and everything else, and I don't know, today it just wouldn't even prime. But I guess that's just as well, because now I'm hooked up our bigger pump and transferring it out of here that way. The only reason I didn't want to do it is I had all these tight together, and you know, I have to like try to manually move them, and with the 70 gallons of water or so in each of them, that's a heavy move. But I was able to muscle it around, so I guess it wasn't that big a deal. It only took a couple minutes, and this will move 1,000 gallons an hour rather than like 250 or 300. So anyway, it's doing good. Or actually, maybe that looks better, huh? So we've got our 11 panels here and our 12 panels here all set up. I still need to do wiring and whatnot, but at least we've got 12 panels online for now. And then the last panel is still on our RV, which we'll get out of here, you know, in a week or so when we actually move the RV over. But I'm gonna wait until we get a thing scheduled for our propane tank, because I want to get like 125 gallon or bigger propane tank, so we don't have to keep running up to fill this little tank. Because if they drive out to bring it to you, they charge you $2 a gallon. If you drive in and get it from them, they charge you $3.75 a gallon. So I'm going, I don't understand the benefit here. So yeah, why don't you just come to me with the tank, and we'll and they give you the tank for free. And as long as you get the gas from them, you don't pay anything for the tank. So anyway, so that's my solar panel that's keeping our house batteries going on the RV. And yeah, that array's looking kind of impressive, at least to me. Like, I'm a gator.